What can you actually afford in Toronto? By salary, we will look at three different categories. One of them will be a $40,000 earning, $80,000, and a $120,000 bracket. There are obviously many different ways how a bank will look at you, so it is the best to find a mortgage broker or to walk into your bank and get a clear picture on your debt ratio and mortgage approvals. So basic rule in the bank is a 44 by a 49 rule. So 44% GDS, gross debt ratio, based on your earnings is how much debt can you actually carry on your house or your property. A 49% TDS translates into a total debt servicing ratio, which adds your total credits, car loans, student loans, and anything that you are servicing at the moment. These are just basic rules how a bank will evaluate you, but let us look at some graphs to get a more clear picture. Having said that, this is based on a 5.5% interest rate and a 20% down payment to avoid any CMHC insurance. Any bank has its own rules and laws, so keep this in mind. So here we go. An annual income of $40,000 will get your GDS of $1,466.67. This bracket will qualify you at about $260,000 of mortgage. Now stepping into an $80,000 bracket, a GDS of $2,900 a month will get you just above $500,000 in mortgage. And here we go, a $120,000 of earnings will get you a $4,400 a month and a bracket of $775,000 of a mortgage. Keep in mind that an average home is around $1.5 million in Toronto. Buyers are finding ways to get into the real estate market with entry-level condos or smaller townhouses. It is getting more challenging year by year due to density and all the other factors involving real estate. We all know with density and with big cities, there is employment opportunities and transit gets bigger. Also, another quick general rule of borrowing power is 4.5 by 5.5x of your gross income will give you a ballpark of your mortgage. There are obviously many other factors involved, but this is just a general calculation while you are on your feet looking at some properties. So what percentage of Toronto's population that is nearing 3 million is actually making over 6 figures of income? About 15% of Toronto's population makes more than $100,000, which equals to about 450,000 citizens today. It is also based on a singular income and not combined family income. So let's keep that one in mind. So let's look at some properties that are actually for sale in Toronto and what you could actually afford in this market today based on the graphs we have just seen earlier. Okay, I get it. So if you're not feeling it, you're not ready to pull the trigger on some of these properties, or you are not ready to dive into the real estate market, let's look at some lease options and graphs based on your earnings from $40,000, $80,000, and $120,000. A landlord leasing a property to a tenant will also look at some risks and annual earnings based on your offer and analyze it thoroughly. An annual income of $40,000 will equal to about $3,200 a month and a monthly rent on average of $1,100 a month. This would probably fall into a room rental or combined tenants leasing a condominium together, which we see in this market. At this point, maybe even a basement apartment rental. Okay, so let's get into an $80,000 annual income. This is roughly around $6,600 a month and an affordability of $2,200 for rent. This category would fall into a small bachelor or a studio condo in downtown Toronto. So here we go. Here is a big one. Earning more than $100,000. In this case, this calculation is based on $120,000 of annual income. So monthly earnings would be around $10,000 and you would qualify for around $3,300 a month for a rental. Earning more than six figures would fall into a one-bedroom, maybe a 1+ den, or a small 2-bedroom condo in the city. Let me give you quickly few more examples on these leases or what it looks like in today's market in Toronto if you're considering a rental. So what is the solution? So the solution is very simple. If you cannot afford to stay in the city, you have to consider the suburbs of Toronto. And we have an example here, which is Halton Hills, where someone with 6 figures of income could get a freehold property with a little bit of space and a land around the home. Having said that, they have to expose themselves to traveling costs and associated other costs that they would not have in the city. What type of decision buyers do this? So buyers that actually are growing and their family members are growing make these kinds of choices. So please feel free to comment below and to give your own opinion based on this topic. We need to discuss this together and to find a solution as soon as possible. Thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe. If you're interested, there are a lot more videos that are valuable to you, and you can click on this one, you can click on this one, you can click on this or this one. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.